relentless. We need to reshape our mindset. He said, attitude and mindset should be, I'm a leader. He said, don't miss trainings, promote and expect to win. Act like you're already a 7-figure earner. He said, this is our chance to do something huge to make our families, to change our families for generations to come. So they'll never have to worry about money again. He said, if Nate Hines hadn't called Dr. Bess, because of, if he hadn't, we'd be in a mess. He said, this is a serious shot. And then he played a little excerpt from Eminem. He said, you only get one shot. Are you going to seize the moment, family, or miss the opportunity? Back to you, Brother Mike.
Wow. Thank you, Miss CC Mahone. I mentioned there's 3 young ladies out of Atlanta, the second of which, once again, everyone has a unique perspective on seeing things, and this young lady is no different. Yes, I'm speaking of our very own Miss Roz Range. Miss Roz, you have the mic.
Good morning, Brother Mike. Thank you so much. And good morning, Brother Eric. Another awesome Freedom Call presentation. And good morning, Dr. Bess and my amazing teammates. And I am over here in the dark. I got this little light. I took notes, but Nate Hines, I'm telling you, he got the butter from the duck last night. And will you seize the moment or miss the opportunity? Now is the time, y'all. We got to believe in ourselves. You know, we got to have the right attitude and faith that we got the cookie. We know what we got. We got to get ourselves educated, learn the presentations, and do what it takes to get these people information. If they don't see it, we can't make them see it, but we can offer them the information. So this is what we are doing. We got to take massive action. We got to focus on where we're going, what you want, how much money you want to make. You know, you got to get out there and brand yourself. You know, you got to have a opportunity, share this opportunity, because we got a huge buffet on the table here with GS Partners and Gold Standard Bank and with BD Swift, our trading company. And see, people, they so, you know, programmed to just having their money in the bank, and they don't understand. And some of them don't want to understand. They just still just stuck on, I ain't gonna say that, but anyway, we're gonna pray for them. So we just gotta focus on hitting our goals. Dirk and his team, they're working hard for us. I mean, they got everything where you're going to only just have to push like one button, you know what I mean? And this is an opportunity that's not going to come back around again. We got to be ambitious. We got to be ruthless. We got to get out here and know that we are champions, you know, and we got to get out here and promote this like champions, and know that you're a winner, because we are winners, because all we do is win here in Wealth Builders Worldwide. So we got to confess and affirm that we are champions. We are winners. I am a champion. I am a winner. You know, I am Cram Ambassador. I am fearless, and life is limitless. I am going an awesome team to millions of people, and I am a leader. So you know what we have to do. Just go back here and listen to this Freedom Call again, because it is on fire. Because so many nuggets are in here that's gonna renew your mind, and you're gonna have a mind shift to get out there and win and hit these ranks. That's what time it is right now. It's master recruiting time, and it's time to get up and do what we need to do to build this awesome opportunity for our family. When they start singing, everywhere we go, people want to know who we are. See, I was a cheerleader, and so you know I'm gonna really be out here cheering. Hey, who we are? We are Gold Standard Partners, Gold Standard Bank, and we have joined a marriage together with BD Swift. You don't want to miss this opportunity, because it ain't coming back round again. So what you gonna do? Back to you, brother.
Wow. I think Roz is a little excited this morning. Okay, family, you
Ain't
heard
no
from
dark
2
over
young
there.
ladies.
She ain't in no dark.
That flame is keeping her. Anyway, you heard from 2 of the 3 young ladies, and the youngest of which you're getting ready to hear from now. Now, this is a young lady that, with a slight little nudge, she basically stumbled onto a platform, and that light shined like never before. she has a unique way of sharing her messages. And all I can tell you is buckle up, family, because we get a chance to hear from our very own Mrs. Sharon Vicks. Mrs. Vicks, you have the mic.
Thank you, Brother Mike. Thank you, Brother Eric, for this amazing platform. Thank you, Dr. Best, for just creating this whole atmosphere of wealth building. And Mr. Nate Hines was, of course, amazing. Out of what he said, I got 5 things. Protect your dreams. The dream stealers are out there. Build your belief. Change your mindset. First movers advantage, but we're dealing with first timers, most of us. And then an opportunity of a lifetime. We know we're trying to protect our dreams because our dreams are getting greater. And every time we hear a freedom call or a corporate call or hear anything from any of our senior leaders, we know when we try to convey these dreams that we have all joined together to fulfill, family, friends, spouses, they're gonna be your dream stealers. So you got to ignore them. That's the first step. And in ignoring them, you have to get Teflon tough, as they would say. You got to build your belief. You got to understand that what you are going after is for you. And when you get a dream, it's your dream. It's not anybody else's dream. You can't make anybody dream what you're dreaming because they don't understand exactly what you're dreaming, particularly here in Well Builders Worldwide and GS Partners. Every time I do a post, I try to tell them, stop looking from the outside. Come in. You don't have to be committed to anything. Just come on in and listen. And I guarantee you, your belief will change. The mindset. We all are still working on changing our mindset. We all are trying to still not convince ourselves, but let ourselves know we can pick up the phone. We can reach out to individuals. And you know, Dr. Best, when I first started, he used to say 98.6 in breathing. And me, whatever Dr. Best said, that's what Sharon went with. But what I've learned, the 98.6 in breathing, yeah, they're breathing, but they really don't have a clue. So we're trying to deal with first timers. We're trying to deal with those who got to go dig up their dreams. We're dealing with the ones who are so focused on the current system we in that they don't even have a belief that they can be wealthy. All they know is go to work, get a paycheck, live for the weekend, and start all over again. So that's one of the things we're dealing. We're dealing with mindset, first timers. We're dealing with non-believers. We're dealing with dream stealers. But what they don't understand, and this is where we come in at, this is why he's saying massive recruitment. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. And I clearly understand what that means. This is something brand new. And anybody knows when you're first, you get the best. Everybody knows that. But these individuals we're trying to attract into this opportunity, they're not getting it. They're not understanding this is an opportunity of a lifetime. And I get it because with inflation, with job loss, with everything going up, all they're focused on is trying to control what's happening in their house right now. But what they don't understand is they need a solution for what's going on in their house right now. I was on a training with Code Blue, and she pulled up certificates of deposit at 3 banks: Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and I can't remember the other one. And they Navy Federal, and they were offering 0.1%, 0.2%. And then we found one offering 3.15%. But family, you had to have a $10,000 certificate of deposit and hold it for 7 years. That right there alone is what I've been using to convey to individuals. You need a metaverse certificate if you intend on living a good life with all that's going on, because inflation at the rate it's going to kill a lot of individuals' households. So family, we got to be the champions. We got to be the winners. We got to get the crown ambassador for our families. We have to be fearless. And we have to be the leaders that are needed for this opportunity at this particular time in our lives and in the lives of all those we truly love. So thank you for listening, family.
Wow. Thank you, Miss Sharon Vicks. And you know I was over here taking notes when you started talking those numbers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, family, you heard from three incredible young ladies. Now we get a chance to hear from a young man. And the young man that we're going to hear from today is from my hometown. He's very special to a lot of us. Most of you know him by his given name, which is Abdul Rahman. But those of us who know and love him call him the champ. And the champ is here. So without any further ado, I get the good fortune of bringing that young man to the mic. Brother Abdul Rahman, you have the mic, sir.
The champ is here. That's right. You heard what Mr. Johnson. Good morning, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm
Thank
fine,
you for pulling
sir.
me out. Thank you, brother Eric Teray Muhammad, for a wonderful recap of last night's Freedom Call. Thank you to Dr. Best for making such a great choice of character in Mr. Nate Hines, because he is one that, man, he brings it, and he had to slow himself down to keep focus on driving these points and bullets home that he gave us with taking posture. Is what I got of it. Taking the proper posture and using the right strategy for those you want to approach with the opportunity. And so that was beautiful, because it's all about strategy, family. Everybody is not going to take the pie in a whole. They're going to take it in slices. Some may want it a la mode. Some may just want it cold. Some may not even want that particular type of pie, but it's a pie. It's a slice of the pie that fits their interest. And so when we just keep it simple, and I like the example of when he talked about the sipping of the water. You know, you can get a drink of water, but if you come with a fire hose and you're trying to give somebody some water through a fire hose instead of a glass, then that person is not going to get anything but a hurt, sore face and throat. And so if we take our time, understand that $33 gets an individual in a membership and gives them access to position themselves to grow their wealth in the way in which they desire. So we have to, like Mr. Nahan, he had to slow down to speed up. And when we say too much, I learned this from my experience, you pretty much have confused the individual. So in retail, in clothing, when I have my clothing store, you know, I had to ask the customer, well, where are you going? Okay, where are you going? Well, because every clothing is about different events and different activities. So when I ask the question where they're going, they start going into the space. And then I can see the expression and the calmness come over them, and they tell me where they're going, and they tell me what type of event it is and who they're going with. They kind of go through the event, and then that way I can look and see them in the experience, and I can identify some garments that fits that moment of comfort, because fabric is kind of spiritual when you understand clothing. And so understanding that with that individual in this GS Partners opportunity, you can really help provide a solution to a person in this opportunity, regardless to they're a multi-millionaire or a little person working at the local retail shop. But if we don't understand where they are and hear them, and then make it very simple for them to know that $33 puts you in a position to have an option to grow your wealth. So that was a beautiful class, a beautiful Freedom Call. Thank you, Mr. Best for Dr. Best for allowing Mr. Nate Hines to come out and share with us in that call, because he is the right man for this time and hour, because he's a soldier, number one, and he understands that aggressive, consistent effort will give us the goal or the fulfillment of the goal in which we desire. And we desire to get a million people in Wealth Builders Worldwide. Let's go get it. Boss up, level up, and strategize. Ow.
Oh, thank you, champ. Family, you heard from 4 incredible leaders. If you would be so kind one time this morning, please unmute your mics and show each and every one of those leaders the love that they deserve. Let's
Thank
go.
you,
Let's go.
CC.
Let's
Thank you,
go. Let's
Raj.
go.
Thank you,
Thank
Miss
you
CC.
very
Miss
much.
Raj.
Thank you,
For the
Thank you,
recap.
Thank you,
Roz.
Miss
Thank
CC
you,
Mahone.
Roz.
you.
Thank
Miss
you,
Roz
Leslie.
Ray.
Wonderful.
Thank
All of
you.
you.
Love you
Thank
guys.
Thank
We
you.
love
you.
you.
Miss
Thank
Roz.
You
you.
all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so
Val.
much.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you, family.
Eileen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Love you,
you.
family.
Thank you.
Thank you, family. There is one thing that if we could stop the screen share for 1 second, Brother Eric, I truly appreciate it. And I do want to share one thing, family. There's a young man who is on the platform, and let me see if I can do this just for 1 second, Brother Eric, and we'll come back to that in a second. There's a young man that is on the platform, and this young man is always on the platform. He's always doing some incredible things, but he's very quiet and behind the scenes. But today is a very special day because today is his birthday. Now, he would never ask for this, but you know how we do here on the platform, family. Now, the gentleman that I'm referring to, most of you know him as that gentleman that wears that amazing tuxedo. When you see his photograph, it's always a photograph of him in a tux. Yes, I'm speaking of our very own brother, Robert Fisher. Today is his birthday, so you know how we do, family. Let's welcome that young brother and give him a happy birthday. Let's go, let's go, let's
Happy
go.
birthday, Brother Robert.
Happy solar
Happy
return.
birthday to
Birthday.
you.
Say happy birthday, many, many more.
Enjoy your day,
Happy
sir.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for all that you do, Mr. Fisher. It is truly a pleasure to say that, we know you, sir. You're a gentleman that always has a kind word for someone. And it has definitely been an honor over this last couple of years to get to know you, sir. So thank you for all that you do. If you'd like to say a few words, sir, it would be my honor to say you have the mic.
Thank you very much, sir. And wow, what a surprise. I really do appreciate this. I appreciate the family, Dr. Bess, Mr. Eric Teray, and you. And you're right, I don't say very much. I really, really enjoy this platform, even though I don't participate in probably enough, but I really and truly enjoy it. So family, God bless, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, sir. Back to you.
Thank you, sir.
love you, brother.
And
Thank
you
you.
are wearing that tuxedo, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you
Always
so
a
much.
pleasure. Yes,
All
sir,
right.
thank you. And Brother Eric, I didn't mean to stop the screen share, but I will get back. And family, there is a very special event that's going to take place tonight. That event was the result of a three-way call that I had the good fortune of participating in. And apparently Brother Eric, and it was for Brother Eric, but we had the good fortune of having Dr. Best listen in. And as a result of that, Dr. Best came up with this name for today's tools training. Why metaverse? Why now? And why you? And I encourage each and every one of you, please take a screenshot of this. It's not a shameless plug, but you're going to see a continuation of that incredible training that was done last night by Ms. Nicole and Nikki Knox. I do feel in my heart, once people understand what these metaverse certificates are and the incredible promotions that are in place right now, many of you will take full advantage of this opportunity. Family, what you're going to learn today, and once again, is basically following suit to what Ms. Nicole Nikki Knox shared with you yesterday. For some of you, it could be life-changing, simply because we're going to show you how you can double your money in 12 to 18 months. None of this is smoke and mirrors. None of this is magic. It's all about systems. And we have the system in place that's going to assist you. Now, tools training is to give you the tools. Mr. Height was kind enough to give us one of the most incredible tools I've ever seen. Tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the reason we have it at 10 p.m. family, only the serious people show up at 10 p.m. So I encourage you, take a screenshot. And if you're wise, you may invite members of your team. One of the things that Mr. Nate Hines talked about, if you can get people on your team singing off the same page of music, magic happens. And this is an opportunity for each and every one of you to take full advantage of this incredible promotion. Understand that your business partners get the bulk of the reward. The true reward are these assets. We're going to talk about the assets tonight, the metaverse certificates. They are assets that pay you like no other bank on the planet will pay you. And we're going to cover that tonight at 10 p.m. So thank you, Brother Eric, for this incredible flyer. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for pushing the brother out there. This will be a first for the tools training. We're going to be laser-like focused and talk about what we're going to do as Dr. Best said. We're going to keep the main thing the main thing. 10 o'clock tonight on the Gold Rocks platform. Okay, shameless plugs are over. I can go back to the hands. Okay. Understand, family, we do have what's known as an open mic forum here on the Huddle. The beauty of that is we get a chance to hear from you, and you will be shocked. First and most important, let me back up. Yesterday's training with Mr. Nikki Knox, this family got a chance to see what myself and Brother Eric have known, seemed like for years. Nikki is truly, as Dr. Best has indicated, a genius. Do you realize this young lady was working from her car? Didn't have access to her slides, didn't have access to her computer, and literally had to slow down before she decompressed. That lady was on fire yesterday. So if we do nothing else, family, please, I know we didn't get a chance to properly do it yesterday, but if we could unmute our mics and just show Nikki the love that she deserved for that incredible training last night, please unmute your mics.
Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Nikki, for
Oh.
amazing
Thank
training.
you,
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Amazing.
Myself.
Nikki.
Lovely.
Phenomenal training. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you.
Wow.
Phenomenal job.
It was
Girl,
truly
you got the
phenomenal.
magic.
Yes. Now, family, I have to say this. The part that tickled me more than anything, Nikki just said, you can put up anything you want. Just put up that slide, put up that slide. And she just went to work. That's genius in our own house, family. So thank you, Nikki, for all that you do. And just know that we love you and we truly appreciate everything that you bring to this incredible family. We love you, Nick. So we do have some more hands up. So we're going to get to those hands. The next voice you're going to hear from is one of those gentlemen that's a part of that Sleep Money group. And all I can tell you is they're putting in the work. The gentleman that I'm referring to is our very own Brother Corey Hinton. Brother Corey, you have the mic, sir.
What's going on, family? Team of Wealth Builders, what's up? Man, I want to tell y'all a story. It's not about a recap, but it's about what happened to Ed and I yesterday. And first I want to start off, Dr. Tybet, if it wasn't for this book right here, and if it wasn't for Wealth Builders Worldwide and the quality of our leadership, see, we got thrown off because we ran into a very, very sharp dream stealer yesterday. Real sharp. Brother had been involved in Bitcoin since 2015. He had all this knowledge and everything, and he tried his best, I mean his very best, to throw us off. And it is because of the leadership that we have, the product that we have, and the people that we are surrounded. Look what we're doing every day, y'all. Look what we're doing. We get a chance to share each other's spirit. We get a chance to share each other's knowledge. We get a chance to reinforce each other's dreams. And Brother Rockman said it today, he said the right posture, the champ. So yes, develop the right posture because you will run into those dream stealers. I'm telling you. Because he came over to try some beer, right? I met him just prospecting. Do you look for ways to make more money? Right? So then I asked him, does he like beer? He said, yes. He happened to live around the corner from me. So I came over, invited him into my house. See, you invite the devil in now. So I invited him into my house. I let him try the beer. And then, we got on the call. We doing the third part of that. And then now he going back and forth with Ed. And now we missing the whole point of what's going on. By the time he left, I had to frankincense my house.
Right.
And then open up all the doors. When I tell you that I felt the weight of that evil spirit leave my chest. I'm just saying, man, this stuff is real out here. This is a spiritual warfare as well, man. And thank you, Dr. Tybes. Thank you, Wealth Builders Worldwide. Thank my team for giving me the right posture to stand on what's right.
Ooh.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you. Hey, Mr. Johnson, did you unmute me?
Chase Manor.
Okay. Was that, did you need to be on mute there, Rock? You should be able to unmute yourself, sir. Go ahead.
No, my bad. It's somehow on my screen. It says unmute, invited to unmute. But man, Corey, that's right, man. We got to posture up. I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson, for cutting in, but the spirit must want me to say something real quick. But I'm gonna say this, family. Yes, we do have to posture up. And you asked a very powerful question yesterday, Brother Corey, on our private meeting. And that was a very great question, okay? And you know what that question was. And the whole thing is that utility, family, our coin is a utility coin. And it's a utility to our mainnet, and it's facilitating partnerships and leverages and relationships with a billion-dollar company such as BD Swiss. Without our mainnet, they would not have the opportunity to expand their customer base.
Right.
Okay. So when we understand the fact about what utility is, what a utility coin is, and what a stable coin is, and what a blockchain is, family, you're not going to be able to really sleep at night, because we are so in a position to have massive wealth. So Mr. Height always say education, continue to study, continue to do the things that we are asked to do to build this ecosystem, and continue to share and posture up. I'm telling you, family, I just said with the best in the crypto space. We got it. Get that fear, doubt, skepticism out of your mind and spirit. Follow the leadership, follow the chairman, do everything you can do to get all of the certificates you can get now. Position yourself strong, like they say, secure your mask, secure your bag, and tell everybody you know about this opportunity, and let them know you in it. Brand yourself with GSP. Ow.
Ooh. Wow. Thank you, Rock. Thank you, sir.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. Family, you heard from part of the Sleep Money crew. Now you're going to hear from another part of the Sleep Money crew. And he told us at the beginning of the week we weren't ready. But this young brother has been on fire. All I can tell you is buckle up, because I get a chance to bring to the microphone our very own Brother Ed Williams. Mr. Williams, you have the mic, sir.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, he said, what did he say, huh? Yeah, I'm right here.
Amen.
He said that at the birth of the man's theory.
That's it.
Yes, yes.
Wow. Thank you, nephew.
Thank you, Brother Ed. Thank you, sir. Family,
Wow.
we're going to get to the hands. One of the things that we ask, and we ask this very humbly, if you're not speaking, please keep your mic muted. The reason that we ask that is because we want to give the speaker the courtesy of having a clear mic. Those of you who may get a request to unmute your mic, keep in mind that comes from the host. The host of the call is Brother Eric Toure Mohammed. So if he asks you to unmute your mic, obviously he would like for you to speak. But we ask, if you're not speaking, please keep your mic muted. That way, whoever is speaking, especially the young ladies, we want to make sure that they have an opportunity to speak freely. So we're going to get to the hands, and there's a lineup of ladies. So buckle up, guys. I'm just telling you, it's coming. The first of the young ladies is our very own Miss Roz Range. Miss Roz, you have the mic.
Thank you, brother. I had my hand up because when I think of the Freedom Call and when Rock came on talking about posture and Corey, y'all know that's my pet peeve because I grew up on the Freedom Call when Dr. Best was sharing about posture, and that's where we are now. And when Nate said that if he had not called Mr. Best, we'll be a mess, you know. And all I'm saying is, when Dr. Best talks, he's special. And when he speaks, it's just like E.F. Hubble because it changed my life, this Wealth Builders Worldwide, Kingdom Culture, and the Freedom Call. So y'all, let's go. We got this. Keep the faith, have the right attitude, and believe in yourself and what you have in your hand, Mr. Height, the product, the business, and everything. All our leaders, let's go.
Thank you, Ms. Roz. And family,
That's right. Let's go.
Give me 1 second. There's a young lady that I'm working with, and I just want to make sure that I am getting the correct signal. I believe her name is Miss Dorcas Clark. And Miss Clark, it looks like you would like to share this morning. So we would love to hear what is on your mind. Miss Dorcas Clark, you have the mic.
Brother Mike, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, loud and clear, Mrs. Clark. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Good morning, family. This call is truly off the chain. I cannot help but every time somebody speaks, I am totally talking to the phone. And I'm sorry, Brother Mike, if you hear me sometime, I'm not trying to do that on purpose. I talk back to the speaker whenever they say something that I'm in agreement with. Yes, Brother Corey, those devils are real, but we know how to get them out of our house. We may invite them in, but they will not stay because we know what we have. And we know that what we have is going to bring us that position, that wealth, that mindset to free our families that will keep us in the space of achieving more. Brother Mike, I just wanted to say, you and Sister Nikki, thank you so much for that training on yesterday. I didn't get a chance to provide comments, but it was so, I don't even know what word to use because I learned so much yesterday. It really kind of put the second layer on the cake that I'm building with this metaverse certificate understanding. And I know you, Brother Mike and Sister Nikki, are going to bring the noise again tonight on tools training. Family, thank you for allowing me to share. Brother Mike, back over to you. Blessings and prosperity to you all.
Thank you, Sister Clark. And please understand, I was not referring to you when I asked people to keep their mic muted. You and I have a very unique way of communicating, and we love you, Sister Clark. We truly do. Thank you for all that you do. You are blessing so many people with your determination, your consistency, and your amazing work ethic. So thank you, Sister Clark, and congratulations in advance for those metaverse certificates that you have and the ones that you're securing as we speak. Congratulations. Family, we have a series of young ladies that have their hands up, and we're going to get to each and every one of them. The next voice you will hear from is our very own Sister Heavenly Nails. Sister Heavenly, you have the mic.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Bess, Mr. Teray, Mr. Mike Johnson, and Nikki for that training. Mr. Nate Hines, oh my gosh. I'm with Roz on that, stuck on that part. That's right, we do have to posture up. I got a call on yesterday from a person in GS Partners, and he was so excited about getting an Amazon stocks on Robinhood. And I listened to everything that he had to say, let him finish, because I knew that he was confused. Then I said to him, so you mean to tell me you like having your money supervised and being controlled? I said, you paying taxes, not once, but twice. I said, oh, wait, you like being controlled. So I broke down to him what we were doing and have accomplished in GS Partners. He was speechless. And he said, I guess I need to plug in. And I like that part about Mr. Nate Hines talking about that sip of water. I had to slow down in that conversation and say to myself, leave this individual where he is, because if you don't realize what $33 can do and all the opportunities that you're being offered, you never will be that goose that laid the golden egg. So I made sure that he got the recap of this call of last night, because a mind is a terrible thing to waste, and we have to fight that spirit that's trying to move us away from our wealth. Back to you.
Oh, that's right, sister.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Education.
Yes, sir. Understand, family, that many of you have gifts, and many of you, the posture is incredible. And understand, we're not trying to convince anybody of anything. We're simply sharing information and collecting decisions. And when you get that, and when somebody starts getting, the phrase that I use is stuck on stupid, next, move on to the next person. If somebody said something about you'll run out of time before you run out of people, All I'm telling you is keep talking to more people. Say less to more people faster. The words of our very own Dr. Ty Bess. The next voice you're going to hear from is an incredible young lady that's building a great team. But more importantly, these young ladies are having a ball. And when they enter a room, it seems like all of them have this in common. They enter the room changes, the energy changes. And when they hit you with these $1 million smiles, it's over. It's a wrap. Yes, I'm talking about our very own Sister Shayola Benta. Sister Shayola, you have the mic.
Give thanks, Brother Mike. I just wanted to come on and say it has been so incredible these last few hours between Nikki's training yesterday with your assistance and the Freedom Call. There's so many moving parts. That sticking and staying and keep going is just so incredible just to see where we are today and all that came through the pipeline yesterday. I'm just so excited. I am one of those people that are recovering from the that analogy that was used from the water, just not pouring. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be in this space right here, right now with all of you. And I just wanted to express gratitude. So thank you again. See you all on the power call. Oh, and tomorrow is the orientation presentation for our 21-day detox. So if you are going to join us, please feel free to stop by and see what we have going on. Thank you, 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 Brother Eric. I love you to the moon and beyond. Dr. Bess, I love you to the moon and beyond also. Just thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So
thank you.
Love you, Shayola.
Sister Shayola, the question is what time tomorrow?
Oh, what time tomorrow? 7 p.m. And I know there's a lot happening, so we're going to just strive to stick to the slides so that everyone can move about their day. But 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
Thank you, Sister Shayola. And I noticed you was passing out all that love and some of us got left off. But it's okay. It's okay. We still love you. It's all good. Family. We have several other hands that we're going to get to. The next young lady that you're going to hear from is no stranger to this platform. She always has something on her heart that she wants to share. So let's hear what she has today. Sister Tatiani, you have the mic.
Greetings, Brother Mike. Thank you. Love the Royal, the Regal, the Righteous, and the Roar. Dr. Best, Eric Teray Muhammad, and Nikki Nicole knocking it out the park. I am really excited. I'm actually not shocked, but when you're plugging in and you do and you get out and you talk to people, guess what? You're going to sign somebody up. So I have a new partner. Actually, this partner is in Nigeria. So some of my Facebooking, I'm sorry, WhatsApp. I work on WhatsApp a lot. His name is John Onyedika Sunday. So he just registered his little self last night. And so I'm getting ready to set up a Zoom to, further him along. He sounds really, I was just impressed. I used that, I used my link and it posted on WhatsApp and he responded. So, wow, we work and we strive and we keep our energy up, and then it's like surprise, the universe is welcoming me because I'm welcoming the universe and all of you, all of your spirits, all of your energy. Ah-ooh, ah-ooh, ah-ooh.
Ah-ooh, and congratulations, Sister Tatiana. Congratulations. The next voice that you're going to hear from, family, is a young lady that always has something that she loves to share. And when she shares, it helps a lot of people. Yes, I'm speaking of our very own Miss Renee Gant. Miss Renee, you have the mic.
Thank you, Mike, and good morning, Mr. Best, Dr. Best. Good morning, Brother Eric, and Magic Mike. I call you Magic because your numbers keep my head swimming constantly. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that has brought so much value to this call today, and just pounds and pounds of wisdom. When I first came to this opportunity, this let's say this community, it was Brother Eric was the first person that came to me, sent me a message. And when I embraced the community, Cece Mahone, our precious Demaui, Sister Roz Range, Auntie Roz, Sharon Biggs, all of these amazing women who have become like family and individually as a collective. And I'm just grateful beyond, sometimes I get chills just thinking about, wow, it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years for me. And I think about what we have. And if we go back to what we once did when we started school, elementary school, middle school, high school, college, some of us, whether it was preparatory school, private schools, we all knew nothing. They gave us assignments and, you know, through our parents encouraging us to do our best, through our own self advancements, we just pushed through. And I was always challenged by, I have to be the best at what I do. And I made it. I made it through everything, through every course, through every activity, through every athleticism. And to me, this feels like how I started with track, cheerleading, volleyball. And I would lace up my shoes. I didn't care about the other players, competitors. I became a team, but I kept my blinders on that track field because I knew how to push myself. I had great coaches like we have now who saw something in me and just said, you have the ability, you have the speed, you just have to breathe. Breathe so that you don't give up. And this course that we're on, we have the instructors, we have the principals, we have the master teachers, we have all of the most expert people pouring into us constantly. We've got Mr. Height, and we've got all these amazing companies, and we can promote ourselves. We can be number one ourselves. We have a level of crown ambassador. No one's stopping us from achieving that. It may seem like, oh gosh, it's way up there. And what do I have to do? We know what to do to get there. We've got billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of assets. So why aren't we talking to millionaires and billionaires, sharing this with those who have the income, the access to exchange their money, their banks, their, don't be afraid. I use the 3 C's for myself. I care about people. I have the confidence, the courage. Just reach out. We've got social media, we've got all of the different apps, we've got the technology, but we have something so unique that no one else has, and the world has yet to know about it. So I declare today, I'm putting on those track shoes. I'm getting out of my way. I'm like lacing those bad boys up, and I'm about to hit these tracks, and I'm winning. You have to just lock in what that feels like and what that ultimate goal looks like. And every time we've got webinars, trainings, master classes, the masterful teachers, and we don't show up, we're just cheating ourselves. And guess what? All of it is given to us freely. Freely. Some of us went to private schools where our parents had to pay, colleges where we are still paying off debt. And we're getting this level of education, knowledge, and love. So don't squander it. Don't take it for granted. Don't waste it. Use it, apply it, and let's win, people. Let's win. And I love you guys. Thank you so much.
We love you too, Renee.
Wow.
Renee.
Thank you, Renee. Ooh. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Renee. We do have some more hands that we definitely want to get to, family. Sister Otetiani, I see your hand is back. We will give you the mic, Sister Otetiani.
Brother Johnson, I just had another one of those revelations about you and where do you come from, baby, and your ability to keep us all on the edge of our seats with your introductions. It's kind of akin to how Alex Trebek used to ask those questions on Jeopardy. Ding, 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 ding. Just saying.
Okay. Thank you, Sister Otetiani. Yeah. Thank you. Family, we what I love about this platform, and Sister Renee touched on it, there are all types of different gifts that this incredible family has. And what this platform allows you to do is to leverage those gifts. When Miss Renee Gant talked about taking advantage of, and I hate to use the term free, but when someone gives of their gift and they give it freely and you don't take advantage of it, it's squandering an opportunity. What Miss Nicole Nikki Knox did yesterday was masterful. For those who weren't on there, I'm sorry, because you can't recreate the wheel once it's been created. She shared with you yesterday. It was so powerful, but there's one thing I want you to get, and please take a screenshot of this. Nikki was in a position yesterday where she was in a car and it was difficult for some. You've heard it before. Repetition is the mother of learning. The reason that we encourage you to take a screenshot of this, I know it may seem like an eye chart at first, but let me tell you where it's going to start making sense to each and every one of you. When you secure any of these certificates and you start to fill the mining certificate, this entire document is for the mining certificate. And this document was created for those that are brand new. That's why I encourage you, take a screenshot. Because if you're brand new and you have no assets, this document was created for you. I call it one-stop shopping. And we're going to go over it in detail tonight. But the reason I wanted you to take a screenshot is because you guys have a leg up on everybody else tonight. We're going to go over this to where it's going to make all the sense in the world to you, because you can pick and choose how much money you want to make. This is one of those tools that they give you that's absolutely free of charge. The reason it's free of charge is because nobody's charging you to take a screenshot of this. And if you don't take a screenshot, don't come back if you don't understand it. Don't come back and say, well, you guys didn't explain this. I tried to tell you, we gave you the tests and the answers to the test before we even handed out the test. Now, we got several hands that are up. I'm gonna get off that soapbox, but plug up for tonight. I'm just telling you, the next voice you're gonna hear from is my young brother. You know him as the champ. And yes, the champ's here. Go ahead, Brother Rock.
The champ is here. That's right. Man, I'm on fire. I gotta learn how to calm down, man. That's right, Sister Renee. That's right. That's my idea. That's my mission, is to position myself and posture up. And we now have the opportunity to tap on anybody's door who's 18 and older, who has an income. And if you want to quicken the pace to financial freedom, then we have the tool to go to talk to a person like a Tesla founder and get him to drop $1 billion over here. And you're done. That's why I say 10 million on my front line, 100 million G999. I ain't lying, because I'm grinding. I'm on the hunt. I've seen people that had $100 million contracts. I've seen partners or friends, associates with $30 million checks and didn't know what to do. We're like, man, what to do with this money? I've experienced that. So you're right. We have the opportunity to go to those who have money because we're a blessing to them. And Brother Ed, you said it. How are you transitioning yourself from a fiat currency debt-based system into a digital asset system that is secure, more private? So when we understand what we have, family, to an nth of a degree, then we can walk with more confidence and stop trying to beg on these broke people who ain't got no hope, no way, but go after those who have it, who want to keep it and secure. So thank you for that reminder.
Ooh, champ. Ooh. And family, you heard it before. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. And stop trying to convince people to come take a look at what we got. If they don't want to look, next. You're wasting valuable energy. You're wasting time. You'll never get time back. All I'm saying is, okay, Brother Ed Williams, you have the mic, sir. Mr. Williams, you almost
Oh
speaking
my
like
gosh.
you've done that before, sir. I'm not
Teach
going to say
that.
anything
Teach
to
that,
you,
nephew.
but when
Teach
you
that.
crunch the numbers,
Brother
the
Ed.
numbers will make sense to you. What Mr. Williams is speaking of is it's not theory. He and I went through an exercise one night, and trust me, that brother is bulletproof now. You can't tell him doesn't work, because I'm going to quote Mr. Joseph Haidt. It is quantitatively guaranteed. That's why I love these metaverse mining certificates. You know before you get started what's going to happen.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
Oh, yes. It's me again. I'm crazy. I can't sleep at night. I toss and turn, listening all the telephone. But when I get your call, I'm all choked up. Can't believe you called my home. And as a matter of fact, it blows my mind. You would even talk to me. Because a girl like yours, like a dream come true, a real life fantasy. No matter what your friends try to tell you, we will make fall in love. Feeling much harder, as you all know, cause on the ground was good to go solo. Been on the mic for a long, long time. I'm guaranteed to bust a stupid rhyme. Now I'm on the mic and I'm rocking real fresh. Everybody out there, don't talk less about me, because I'm rocking it steady. And when I'm on the mic, don't you dare call me Freddy, cause I'm ready to really get paid. And if anybody steps my way, they're getting slayed. My name is Vaughn. That's what they call me. Yes, I drive a 560 SCC. And when I'm on the mic, you gotta see me. Driving down a block, cause I'm blocking a lot. And when a sucker MC's try to drop my spot, when I'm rocking on the microphone, people gotta leave me alone, cause I really don't give a damn. My name is Bobby and not Uncle Sam. No matter what your friends try to tell you, we will need to fall in love. We all be together in the kind of weather. It's like that, it's like that. We'll be there every step I take. We'll be together every step I take. You'll be there every step I make. We'll be together.
Every little step I take.
On
Yes.
the ones and twos, our very own brother Eric Teray Mohammed. We do have a few hands that are up, and we're going to get to those hands. The next voice you're going to hear from is the young lady that laid it out there yesterday. Yes, I'm speaking of our very own Miss Nicole Nikki Knox. You have the mic.
Now, see, I wasn't gonna say anything because I said enough yesterday, but then Ed get to talking about the numbers. I hear you say quantitatively guaranteed. Those things fire me up like family. Me and Mike was talking yesterday, and I said, I just don't think people understand. Like, you'll have somebody come to you and they'll say something crazy like, so why should I? There's a person that don't have no G999. Why should I go and acquire G999 to fill my metaverse certificate? Well, I'm gonna tell you what the answer is to give to that person. You go and you purchase, exchange $500 of trash into $500 worth of Bitcoin, and you fill your mining certificate with that $500 worth of Bitcoin. You've put $500 in your mining certificate. When you go and you exchange your trash for Bitcoin and then acquire $500 worth of G999 at 0.004, and then place all of that G999 into a mining certificate where they are now 5xing the value of every single G999. You tell me what makes more sense. I'll wait. That's what you tell them. Like, where else can you make a simple exchange and 5x your money? The company is doing this for you. Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. And then if you are a true wealth builder and you're truly a part of this ecosystem, you're removing G999 from the circulation supply in the market at the same time that you are 5xing your money that you're putting into your mining certificate. It's a win-win for the community and for you. But uneducated people don't understand that. So that's why we've got to educate them with these types of things. And the rest of it is just pure mad. All of it is pure mad. Where else? Back to you.
I'm sorry, Nikki. Back to you. Okay, we do have hands that are up, and we're going to get to these hands. The next voice you will hear from is the young lady that shook us already, and I guess she has a few more things she want to shake up in us. I'm speaking of our very own Miss Renee Gant. You have the mic. Miss Renee Gant going once. Miss Renee Gant going twice. I need you to unmute, Renee. And she may have stepped away from her mic. Okay, we will get to the next hand that is up. And that hand belongs to our very own brother Eric Toure Mohammed. You can barely hear you there, brother Eric.
Ready for Revolution, can you hear me?
Much better, sir, much better.
All that we're saying is all well and good. We're very excited over the numbers and the promise that's coming because we're in it. But it means nothing if you don't go get the people. You gotta get the people. You gotta let them know that's why God got you here. I don't care how many coins I got, how many status I have, how many certificates I have filled. It's not relevant if I'm not doing what God has put on us to do. We're here as a first advantage mover. Moving is the operative. We have billions of people out here in the world that are suffering. And in a few days, we will not suffer. They are owed the same right that God is allowing us to get a peek of. Tell the people. Tell them. Let them know about the opportunity. Let them know that was at stake. Guide them to the event. Sometimes I do believe this. Sometimes I think we get so stuck in the sensation of it that we forget to do the fundamental thing. Tell the people. Bring them at 12 noon. Bring them at 9 p.m. Bring them at 10 o'clock tonight. Bring them. And the posture, if you don't show up and show through posture where they can see for themselves, they'd be a fool not to be there, we're not doing it correctly. The right posture doesn't allow anybody who with ill intent to navigate or break through the barrier of our, I don't go into no preach mode. I'm hearing everything but go get the people. Go get the people. We're saviors, we're redeemers, we're soldiers. Prove it to the Creator. Back over to you.
All right. Let's try one more time. Miss Renee Gant, you have the mic.
Okay, my apologies if you called, I stepped away.
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to give an analogy of, and thank you, Brother Eric, for that, because that's why we have the assignment, is to give this gift and blessing to the people. And you think about what an itinerary means. We all of those that travel to Dubai, when we booked our ticket for our airfare, they sent you an itinerary of every step of your trip, and you followed it to the letter. If you diverted, you would have went somewhere else. So, as Sister Nikki Knox says it all the time, Brother Mike says it, everyone, Mr. Best especially, don't reinvent anything. We have this itinerary, this success itinerary, line by line, dot by dot. We're following it, most of us. We just go share it to people for them to follow it. And those that say, well, why should I? Or I'm good, or next. Thank you for even allowing me to share. Hopefully something you dropped in their spirit, they heard it, and they'll circle back and say, oh, wait. What did she say? What did he say? the itinerary, if you just follow it, just like we do all of our calls, we know every day what time this call, what time that call. In between, if there's ever a call or meeting I'm not on, it's because I'm on the phone. I sleep in 2-hour intervals because I don't want to not call. I don't want to not follow up. Someone may be, texting me back, emailing me back. We are in a borderless business with a time zone that doesn't even exist for us. Borderless to the world. Mr. Eric Muhammad just said, all of what we have that we are securing for ourselves means nothing if we do not duplicate that and go share it with everyone else. So let's follow the success itinerary, guys, and let's have some fun with this, and let's free some people. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Renee. And the final voice that we will hear from is our very own Brother Abdul Rahman. You have the mic, sir.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. On that note, family, Mr. Hines stated something last night about being prepared to do presentations. Everyone should be prepared to present the opportunity. And the company has made it easy and made a seamless, consistent presentation, and it's now available in all of our back offices in a PDF. You can download that PDF and you can share it and send it out to individuals who want to know about the opportunity themselves and look at it. You can also download it and put it in position to where you can present it yourself. Print it out. Have a physical view of it, where it may be loud, but you can have it printed out. Just do what is necessary to share the opportunity, and the company has made it easy for us to do it, because now we have a what they call a universal presentation available for all GS partners in our back office. Let's do it. Let's be prepared. Let's go tell the world.
Oh, thank you, Champ. Family, we begin with certain things and you end with certain things. Dr. Best said it better than anyone I've ever met before. Keep the main thing the main thing. Say less to more people faster. We're not trying to convince anybody of anything. You can't drag someone to a finish line. Keep the main thing the main thing. Something else that Dr. Best said, and Dr. Best, you touched my heart when you said this. This is the first business in his 38 years where if you never sponsor a soul, you can get flat out wealthy by simply taking advantage of the assets. For some people, their team is the asset. For other people, their assets are their teams. You both win. It's just that you have control over one thing. You have control how many people you talk to, and you have control over how many assets you secure for you and your family. You can't control anything else. You can't control what anybody else does. You can't control what anyone else won't do, but you can control what you do. I want to say it again. Dr. Best said it. Keep the main thing the main thing. Dr. Best has also quoted something that those of us who've read the book love that book. It's called All You Can Do Is All You Can Do, but All You Can Do Is Enough. It's written by a gentleman by the name of Art Williams. That book speaks volumes. What Dr. Best is telling you is at the end of the day, quit complaining about stuff you can't control. What can you control? How many people you talk to? What can you control? How many assets did you get? Whether anybody else ever secured any of the assets, Dr. Best has told you over and over again, every time the company puts something out there, he gets it. He'll figure it out later, but he gets it. But wait a minute, there's no one on the planet that talks to more people than Dr. Best. Why? He keeps the main thing the main thing. He's building his team and he's building his assets. You can do both or you can do neither. It's your choice. This is a volunteer army. All I'm saying is, thank you, Dr. Best. You don't have any idea how many people you've blessed. Thank you, sir. So family, if you would be so kind, he is on the platform. If you would be so kind to unmute your mics, and we're gonna love on Dr. Best for a few seconds here. Let that gentleman know that you appreciate what he has done.
Thank you, Dr. Best.
Love you, Dr. Best.
Thank
Bless
you. Thank you.
Dr.
Dr.
Best.
Best.
Thank you,
All
Dr.
the
Best.
best.
Love you. Have a
Thank you,
blessed
Dr.
Indeed.
Tyrone
you,
Best.
Dr.
Thank
Best.
you,
God
Best.
bless
Thank you, Dr.
Have
Best.
a
Do
great
better than that, family. Come on. This is a man to give you
Thank you.
praise.
Welcome Moses, Dr. Best.
Dr. Best, not
Moses.
later.
So much.
Lead us across the water.
Dr. Best.
Thank you. Peace, love, and light.
Blessings
Thank
to
you,
you.
Dr. Best.
Love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love you. Love you.
Thank you, family. Thank you.
Thank you and much
Oh.
gratitude, Dr. Best.
Dr. Bass, all you do.
And
You are our Moses.
I will say this, family. There's two individuals that shared something this morning, and I very seldom do this, but I'm going to do it today. They shared this book right here. And see, the beauty of this book, oh snap, I can't do it because got that other thing on. Well, anyway, we're talking about the Dream Chaser Manifesto. If you don't have a copy of that book, you're doing yourself a disservice. And this is not a shameless plug to try to push Dr. Best's book. He's already done. He doesn't need the money from the book. The book feeds your mind. The book makes you bulletproof. Thank you, Brother Ed, for putting that up. The book makes you bulletproof because posture is all throughout this book. You're gonna go through pain. You're gonna go through struggle. But at the end of the day, the only way you lose is if you quit. What does he always tell you? Never give up on your dream. Don't let anybody steal your dream. Don't care who it is. Thank you, Dr. Best. Thank you for all that you do, sir. We are all better because you have come. Thank you, sir. That being the case, family, I have 7 minutes before the power call. I will take one more quick round. If anyone has anything they'd like to share before we head over to that power call, please raise your hand now or forever hold your peace. And that being the case, what we are going to do, family, I want to thank him once again. Thank you, Dr. Best. And I'm going to do this shameless plug for this evening, because if you plug in, you will see that the assets that you have the ability to secure, as many of them as you want, will pay you and your family for life. How are you going to get paid for life when all of these metaverse certificates has a term on it? You're missing the best part. You get a citizenship. That citizenship pays you for life. We're going to go over that in detail tonight, family. Please take a screenshot. I encourage you to be there. Bring your hard hats. Tonight's going to be interesting. I'm just saying. It's not for the faint of heart. So thank you, Dr. Best, for all that you do. That being the case, I don't know anyone on the planet that takes us out better than our very own Mr. Cole, Nikki Knox. So Nick, if you would be so kind, if you're in a position where you can take us home. Nikki going once, Nikki going twice. All right, you're just gonna have to settle for Mike Johnson. Well, family, today has been a great day. Please unmute your mics. We're gonna love on everybody and we're gonna head directly over to that power call. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go. Thank you, family.
Thank you,
Thank you,
family.
For everything,
Peace and
everyone.
blessings, everyone.
Sharon.
We got this. We
May
got
I love
this.
you.
Birthday
Prosperity, peace,
fist.
and blessings to you on
Wow.
this day.
Love you all.
Your first year in network marketing. Overcome your fears, experience success, and achieve your dreams. By Mark Yarnell and Renee Reed Yarnell. Narrated by Kevin Foley. Copyright 1998 by Mark Yarnell and Renee Reed Yarnell. This unabridged audiobook is published by arrangement with Three Rivers Press, an imprint of the Crown Publishing Group, a division of Random House Incorporated, and was produced in the year 2011 by Tantor Media Incorporated, which holds the copyright thereto. We are at that very point in time when a 400-year-old age is dying, and another is struggling to be born. A shifting of culture, science, society, and institutions enormously greater than the world has ever experienced. Ahead is the possibility of the regeneration of individuality, liberty, community, and ethics, such as the world has never known, and a harmony with nature, with one another, and with the divine intelligence such as the world has never dreamed. D. Hawk, founder of Visa. Forward. As a business reporter and self-help writer, I have been researching and writing about the network marketing industry for 8 years. During this time, I've had the privilege of interviewing some of the top leaders in the industry and listening as they reveal their hardest-won and most closely held success secrets. Yet I've never found a richer load of hard-edged, practical information on network marketing than I did between the pages of Your First Year in Network Marketing by Mark and Renee Yarnell. I learned more from reading this book than I have during all the years that I've spent exhaustively researching the MLM industry. Of course, I'm hardly surprised by the book's high quality. From the first time I ever spoke with Mark Yarnell, I knew that he was a master communicator. Many of the heaviest hitters in network marketing become surprisingly inarticulate when you try to get them to explain the nuts and bolts behind their success. But Mark has always possessed the unique ability to summarize and encapsulate his business wisdom in easy-to-swallow nuggets, delivered with humor and drama, and honed with a keen and subtle intelligence. The stories and insights that Mark imparted to me through many fascinating interviews played a big part in making my book, Wave 3, the success that it eventually became. It is clear from reading Your First Year in Network Marketing that Renee Yarnell is cut from the same cloth as her remarkable and talented husband. Together, they make an unbeatable team. These two have been through the wars together. In Your First Year in Network Marketing, they write with brutal candor of the bad times as well as the good, imparting to readers an unusually balanced picture of what it really means to work in MLM business and what it really takes to succeed. You won't find any loose talk in this book about getting rich quick. The Yarnells made their millions the hard way. Their formula for success is severe and merciless. It demands strenuous work and superhuman persistence. But for those who stick it out, it offers the realistic hope of genuine financial freedom. This is a book that every first-time networker needs to read. It shows you exactly where the pitfalls lie and how to avoid them. And it does so in language that anyone can understand, reinforcing each point with inspiring real-life anecdotes. For those networkers who take their business seriously, Your First Year in Network Marketing is, quite simply, indispensable. Richard Poe, author of Wave 3 and The Wave 3 Way to Building Your Downline. Introduction. According to Webster's Dictionary, to survive means to remain alive or in existence, particularly to live on after the death of others. The fascinating thing about network marketing is that, in many instances, survival, i.e., staying in existence after others leave the business, is precisely what leads to dramatic wealth. Attrition is a considerable factor in our business. Yet we have rarely met anyone who has worked steadily in network marketing who doesn't eventually achieve success. And those rare individuals who do not succeed are usually their own worst enemies, constantly reinventing the wheel and complicating the simplest path to prosperity in the history of capitalism. Of course, priorities vary as widely as do people. While some choose network marketing as a means to an end, wealth, others simply enjoy it for its own merits. These folks join multi-level marketing to build their confidence, widen their circle of friends, and feel more productive. And in spite of the fact that they'll never earn huge incomes, you couldn't pry them away from this business with a crowbar. That kind of money was never really their goal, and you'll read many of their stories in this book. In fact, were we to double the number of stories of success, we still couldn't possibly elaborate on all the remarkable benefits to be derived by those who have chosen to participate in this wondrous industry. In network marketing, you persevere or you perish. Quitting is the one sure way to fail. Surviving the first year establishes a new distributor with a good basis for success. Our analysis shows that an estimated 95% of those who survive 10 years in network marketing become wealthy beyond their wildest expectations. These survivors have achieved either staggering financial rewards and/or total time freedom. That is, having all the free time to do the things that really matter to you with the people you love most. At this particular time,
Thank you for that. Now then, I came on dancing because it'll give me courage and also because my favorite thing in the world is dancing in the sky. Now, my title, as you know, is going to be It's Never Too Late. Now, my name is Dilys. I'm 84 years of age, 85 next month. And I am here to tell you it's never too late. Life can still be fun and challenging and can have a purpose. Now then, at the age of 81, I became the Guinness Book of Records oldest woman skydiver in the world. I've done 1,136 skydives. And this is that moment which I remember so well, which I still do, when it's terrifying in a wonderful, beautiful way, and you're waiting for the engine to stall, you're looking at the lights, you're looking at the red, and then it changes to green. They pull the door up, you look out, you say high five to everyone, and you go. And that is beautiful. And I'm now feeling that same sense of beauty because I'm talking to you and you're listening to me and we are in it together. So, I like to skydive. That's what I like. It's the ultimate sense of freedom. It's wonderful. It is my passion, and I'm still doing it. I mean, 2 years ago, I broke my ankle in 3 places doing a skydive. Doing a skydive for television, actually. So I was out of action for a year, or more than that, doing quite extensive physiotherapy. But just before Christmas, having done 1,135, I did my 1,136th skydive. So I'm back in the air, waiting now for this to be finished, and next week I'll be going up there. Now, skydiving, this is what I love to do. It is dancing in the air. It's my speciality. It's really doing barrel rolls. It's doing backflips. It's doing forward flips. It's doing stand-ups. It's doing sit-downs. And, you know, it's like driving a very, very fast car. It's very radical. When in the old days, because I've been doing this since I was 54, you would train. I'm a late starter. In the old days, when I was actually doing competitions, I was doing competitions in freestyle, I would practice in the swimming pool, which is not very good because it's sluggish and slow. Now they go to the air tunnel, which I've also been in, but now I'm too old to be actually competing. And so it's very, very fast. You've only got to do a little turn of your hand and you're spinning. But it is a joy. It is absolutely wonderful, and I love my life. Love my life. But it wasn't always like that. At 54 years old, I was like a chicken with my head cut off. I had a stressful job, a responsible job. I was a single parent. I was 54, thinking life is going to end pretty soon. Not yet, but I did think then. I didn't have a lover. I was alone, and I was working hard, and I was full of fear and stress. And fear and stress are the killers. And in the 21st century, that is a real danger for us. Because if you become fearful and stressed, you will start to disconnect with yourself, disconnect with others, and disconnect with life. You'll feel as if you're sleepwalking. When that happens, and it probably happens to all of us at some time, that's a danger sign. Do something about it. It will lead to breakdown, it will lead to physical illness, it will lead to unhappiness. And I was aware that I was in this state of disconnect. And I thought, I've got to do something about it. I've got to find a passion. I've got to find a reason which is beyond work and beyond responsibility. And I started to look stones over. I started to turn stones over. And you know, even the act of looking and searching and recognizing that I needed to do something about it was the beginning of healing for me. So I knew I had to find a passion. Long story, but I did read Goethe, who said at one point, and this is a paraphrase, he would say it much more beautifully, but really filling your life with beauty. And he said, for 5 minutes a day, look at something beautiful, listen to something beautiful, think of something beautiful. And I thought, I'm so stressed, I can't go to a music class, I can't do meditation, but perhaps for 5 minutes a day, I can manage to do this. So either in the morning before I got up, or perhaps sitting in a chair at the end of the day, I began to do that. I would breathe deeply, and that was part of it, breathing deeply, which leads to relaxation. I began to think about a beautiful sunset, and I was in an ugly house with an ugly view, but I thought about this lovely pink sunset going off into the fleecy clouds. I thought about a beautiful baby's head. You know how babies have this lovely head that you want to hold? I thought about that. And then I would sing, and thank goodness I lived on my own, because I've got no voice, but I would sing, "My love is like a red, red rose." I did that for 6 months, and one day I thought, I'm happy. And you know what? I was skydiving. Now, no one could have been more terrified of skydiving than me originally. And the way it happened was this, that my students, because I lectured in a college and I taught dance, my students had a charity for disabled children, taking them to the Special Olympics, taking them on different trips. And we had done a car boot sale, and we'd done a run and a concert. We were running out of money. And I said, what you need to do is a skydive. Now, no one could have been more scared than me, but if they were going to do it, I was going to do it. And there actually was another thread to this. I was 54 years old, and my beautiful, lovely, gentle, talented mother had committed suicide when she was 54. So 54 was always going to be a difficult year for me. And you know, in a way, what I was doing then, although I was doing it for charity and doing it for another group, I was actually challenging myself to face death. And it was a grieving, and it was another healing. Wonderful way. And I had a fantastic time. Yeah, I had tents in America, which I used to buy in Walmart and then throw away on the last day. And I'd eat peanut sandwiches and nuts, and that's about all I had. Later on, I managed to get an old trailer, and I lived in that. I had a wonderful time. Here we are, there in the air with different people. It was such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. But I faced my fear and found my purpose and made a difference, because that was only the beginning. I'd found a passion. But if you have a passion, you begin to overflow with energy. You begin to overflow with love. You have a different view. When you're stressed and unhappy, you become negative about other people. You become judgmental. Things begin to go wrong. Now, because I was so happy and I'd found my passion, I was overflowing with energy and love. So it happened that I eventually started another charity. And at that time, I was 65 years of age. I'd retired. But I'll tell you about that in a minute, because I'm enjoying life and I'm skydiving. Now then, I had lots of adventures and misadventures. I mean, I jumped out of airplanes, but I don't know how many times I fell out of an airplane. I would land once in a marsh Once I landed in a rape field that was so tall that I lost my way. I landed in the road with traffic coming along. I dislocated the sign that led to the drop zone. They weren't very pleased about that. I once stopped all the traffic in an airdrome by sailing graciously and happily across all the runways. I was quite happy, but when I got down to the ground, whoa, I have actually been banned twice. And it wasn't that time. They forgave me on that one. So I could tell you so many things. I mean, I've jumped out of a Hercules into the Wadi Rum Desert on my 65th birthday, the first civilians ever to do that as guests of the King of Jordan. I've landed on 2 parachutes, which you shouldn't do. I've had a reserve ride and landed in the desert, trying to miss the cacti, and when just managing to miss it, and then finding when I got back to the drop zone that one of the team, the German team on accuracy, was spread-eagled, having all these little pins taken out of him when he'd landed on a cacti. So I was quite pleased that I was better than him, and I'd managed not to. Very quickly, I will talk perhaps about one that I did in Arizona, a lovely place to jump in America because the weather's always wonderful. You start off 8 o'clock in the morning, you finish 8 o'clock at night, and you just skydive. Now, I was doing a jump, and your altimeter is your lifeline. I looked at my altimeter, it's about 4,000 feet, plenty of time. I thought it was time to pull my ripcord and let my parachute come out. But when I did that, there were lots of twists in it. Now, that's all right, because you can kick out of the twist, that's okay. But I went kicking out of the twist, and then the ground was getting a bit closer, and the light was getting a bit brighter, and I still hadn't kicked out of all of them. So I realized I better do something else about it. So I thought, now I've got to release my parachute so that my reserve comes out. And that's the technique that we use. And you know, the week before, I'd read about a woman my age, and I was 64 then, who had actually had the same accident and hadn't managed to deploy her parachute, and she went in. So there I was, pulling away, knowing that I was getting lower and lower. And the amazing thing is this, and it has changed my life. I actually didn't feel fear. The ground was coming up, the light was getting brighter, and I thought to myself, I've been through this door again. And it didn't matter, it wasn't afraid, it was all right, it was quite all right. But my survival for life, my instinct for life was more. And I gave an almighty pull, and a little yellow handkerchief opened up above my head, because the reserves are much smaller than the main ones. And within seconds, it seemed, I landed on the rubble of the cotton field, and I was safe. And I felt that my knees were knocking a little bit, and I didn't go back again until the next day, when they managed to put a plastic sheath around the lines, because you could see the scorch marks where they'd been so tightly twisted. Okay, so now then, let's just move on a little bit, because that little girl in a striped top is me. Fearful, shivering, afraid. Now, my father was a wonderful man. He was quite a frail man, but he would climb to a 3-story building so that he could tar it because he couldn't afford to do anything else. And he would always say to me, "Don't be afraid, Dilys." He taught me to ride a bike. He taught me to climb trees. He taught me not to be afraid of bullies. And he would say to me, "Dilys, if you fall off your bike, get back on and do wheelies." And I've always lived with that. And still, even now, very often something goes wrong, or I get scared, or I'm afraid, or I'm depressed, and I think, get on my bike, Dilys, and do wheelies. And it always works. He taught me courage. My mother, my lovely mother, taught me about beauty. But both of them taught me about compassion, because they had given their lives to work in a Christian commune. And in that Christian commune, they looked after children who were without parents, because it was the time of the war, and there were missionaries' children who were separated from their parents. And we had Jewish children who were refugees from Nazi Germany. And I still remember now their lovely faces standing there with great big labels pinned to them, and these lovely, lovingly packed trunks full of beautiful clothes that their parents had put for them. And many of them never saw their parents again. In fact, that little girl, Christina, she was a missionary's child, and her parents were killed in a coup and she never saw them again. So I had such love from my parents for me, but also they showed me about love. So I suppose it was no surprise that I actually want the playing field to be more equal for everyone, that I really empathize with those who've drawn the shortest straw in life. And so I used to teach dance to my students, to adults, to children, but also to children with special needs. And I devised a program which really made connection, because the most disabled children and adults are isolated from the good things of life. I'd like to have taken them on a skydive, but I realized that that probably wasn't going to pass the health and safety. So the next best thing was a program which is music and movement and color. It's a multisensory program, and it was for these beautiful people. Beautiful, beautiful people I gained so much from in terms of courage and love and friendship. And having found that this program worked, I thought we've got to find a beautiful place for our friends, not the back of a kitchen lift in a drafty old sports centre smelling of gym shoes, which it used to be in the old days. It's a lot better now. But a beautiful place where they can feel they are one with us. And amazingly, we ended up in the Wales Millennium Centre. In the Wales Millennium Centre, going from nothing, going from my kitchen table, no money at all, to nearly 500,000 turnover, 1,000 people, because we've licensed the program, take part in this program every week, and it just goes from strength to strength. We do it throughout Wales, we do it in Scotland, we've got to go to the world. And I will tell you a little bit more about this lovely young girl. Now, this lovely young girl, her name is Nuna. And when she came to us, the social worker said she needs to come to us in order to give the parents a break. The parents had adopted her. They were just unbelievable. Now, when Nuna came, she was like this. She would cover herself, and she would rock. And she would bang herself till she bled. She couldn't join a group session. We had her on her own. And we thought, I don't think we're going to connect. But do you know, a session leader who was a singer with the Welsh National Opera sang to her. And as he sang to her, she looked up. She let the material slip away, just for a moment. And I knew we've connected. And over the years, she used to do little finger dances. She began to join in. Instead of making one sound, she was like a Mongolian singer and made many, many sounds. She even went to rehearsal in the Wales Millennium Centre and stopped the National Opera because she made so much sound that the conductor couldn't hear the soloists. So, and you know, it's a multi-sensory. And you see, we used the best of everything. We believed in excellence. So we would use sound. We would stroke. We would massage and touch with love. And it began to make a difference. Because if someone connects and cares, and if you're given the best of everything, things will change. So we have a wonderful, wonderful time. Now then, look at this. I think sometimes we get pulled down by fear, we get pulled down by necessity of work, and it's a mistake. But having done the skydive, I learned courage. I learned to go. And that has been the biggest turning point in my life. And I think the courage has helped me to run a charity which from scratch is very difficult. They say most charities fail after 3 years. And I knew that I had a program that affected for the good very profoundly disabled people and made them really much happier. And that thrills me. I believe we all have a purpose in life, and I believe the Touch Trust is my purpose. So that's just a little bit about that, because it's very important. It has taught me things. If you want the good life, you need to overcome fear. You need to find a passion. But more than that, you need to recognize that we have two instincts. We're hardwired to survive, but we're also hardwired to serve. And that gives us the good life, which is a wonderful win-win situation. And you know, without skydiving, I wouldn't have had the courage to start a charity. But I thought, if I can skydive, well, I have physical. Don't be afraid. Help others. Find a passion. So here I am. I'm not dead yet. Okay. This is just the beginning. I know that even at my age, to have the good life, I need to face fear. I need to rekindle or find a new passion. And in fact, for me, this is just the beginning. The Touch Trust program, which I created, has gone through Wales, through Scotland, but it hasn't gone abroad. And so my new business is taking the program to the world. Thank you.
Dark sauce. What a pleasant surprise. This morning's full of surprises, Leonidas. We've been tricked.
There'll be more than a few hundred. This is a surprise.
Silence! We heard Sparta was on the warpath. We were eager to join forces. If it is blood you seek, you're welcome to join us. But you bring only this handful of soldiers against Xerxes? You see, I was wrong to expect Sparta's commitment to at least match our own. You, there. What is your profession?
I'm a potter.
And you, Arcadian, what is your profession?
Sculptor, sir.
You?
Blacksmith.
Spartans! What is your profession? You see, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.
Gladiators, what is your profession? Please type your name in the chat and where you're chiming in from. Moderator family, you already know what time it is. Let's go. Joanne Armstrong,
Dr. Robert, Fred Moore, Kevin Millender,
Khadijah Muhammad,
Roscoe,
Malta
Mr. Eric
Meyer,
Williams is in the house.
Derek
Nia.
Daniels,
Jocelyn Burrell is here.
Kelly
Eileen
Williams,
Nicole's
Cousin.
here.
Got
Got Evelyn.
Janet
Jenkins in the house.
Greg
Got Glenn
McKay is
Hurst
here.
from
Sylvia
Newton
Clark,
Falls.
Atlanta.
Logan.
Rochelle from Texas.
Edith
Michelle
from Hall in the
Anderson.
house. Pam
Jennifer
Washington in the
Ferguson.
building. Gardner. Gloria
Stephanie
Williams.
Martin.
Connie
Rashida Warren.
Disney.
Saida Jenkins.
Got
Mo
Josie in the house.
Al
Mississippi Hawthorne
Sherry
in the
Brown.
building. In the house.
Dante Taylor.
Got Sister Pill in the house.
Pastor Patrice in the house.
Dr. Patrice.
Those two
Deora
Darren in the
Perry.
house.
Terry Lewis.
Happy in the building.
Renee
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Watkins is in the house.
Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we here.
Good morning.
Started from the bottom, now the whole team here.
Winners never quit, but a quitter never wins. Peace, family. Once again, it is on. This is your brother Dante Taylor, aka Mr. Gold Collector, and it is truly an honor and a privilege to be the host of this Tell the Truth Thursday Power Call. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. It is an exciting day to be alive right here on Wealth Builders Worldwide. I want to let you know that I'm reaching out to you from the sun is coming up out here in Southern California, but it is always a sunny day. Anytime we can get together as a family, you guys, and just commune and just have time together to do the things that we want to do, to get our minds right in the morning, because that truly is important. Before our guests first off, I want to welcome everyone, and especially for our guests that are on the line, we welcome you. We thank you for joining us this morning. We want to give you a little bit of information about who we are. See, here at Wealth Builders Worldwide, we have a mission statement, ladies and gentlemen. We're not just getting together just to be getting together. We are on a mission. That mission is to free anybody that we can across the globe. But we do have a mission statement, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get started, I'm going to let you know what it is really quick. Our mission statement is as follows. It's to provide individuals worldwide with the tools required to enhance their lives, to achieve their dreams, and achieve massive wealth. Now, we are salespeople and we are a sales team. We do not sell products. We do not sell goods. And we do not sell services. We sell people on the infinite possibilities of their lives and the power of their dreams. We sell people on never, ever, ever giving up, because we know that this is a noble cause. And you're talking about somebody who doesn't know the word, doesn't know the meaning of giving up. Ladies and gentlemen, for you guys who've never heard that young lady, that 85-year-old young lady, her name is Sister Dillis Price. Motivating. If she didn't motivate you, if she didn't inspire you, you need to go back to sleep, lay back down, get back up, let somebody kick you in the rump, and then come back and listen to that pre-call again, because that sister is impressive. And why is she so impressive? Because she understood that it's never too late. It's never too late. That's the theme for this morning, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care what's going on with you. I don't care what has happened to you. I don't care what's going on with you right now. It's never too late. As long as you can, you still have time. Sister talked about she had to find a passion. She said, you got to find a passion. You got to find a reason. She grew up humble beginnings like most of us. Humble beginnings, but she didn't let anything stop her. As she began to mature, get a little older, a little more wisdom, she didn't say, oh man, I'm getting too old now. Well, I might as well just go on and try to lay back and sit and maybe try to retire. And no, she understood that she needed to find a passion. She needed to find a reason. She said it all started when she had a conversation with someone. Isn't it crazy how sometimes things just manifest from a conversation? She had a conversation and someone told her, just take 5 minutes every morning and just think of something good. Think of something pleasant. Just 5 minutes, not 30, not an hour, just 5 minutes. And that started her trajectory. Ladies and gentlemen, how many times have we been taught to start your day properly? Watch what you listen to in the morning. Watch what you listen to in the morning. Watch who you talk to in the morning. Don't let some people mess up your energy in the morning. The morning is a very important part of the day. And I'm gonna get out of here really quick, but lastly, she talked about service. You know, finding a passion, finding a reason. Ladies and gentlemen, we're all wealth builders. We're all wealth builders. But each and every one of you, there's something that you're supposed to do. Now, does that mean that you're just supposed to be a global ambassador and GS Partners? That's a part of it, because that's all of our goals. But you're supposed to take that, take the income that you're getting, take the leverage that you get from that, and take that thing that's inside of you and use it for service, for helping people. The great Shirley Chisholm said, service is the rent that we pay for the privilege of living on this earth. You're not here just to live and pay bills and die. You are here for a particular reason, for a particular cause, and it's up to you. And it might be a conversation. It might be a power call. It might be a freedom call. It might be something that sparks your brain that will help propel you to your next level or to another piece of your journey. But it's starting right here, ladies and gentlemen. Wealth Builders Worldwide is the tool. Wealth Builders Worldwide has the system. Dr. Best talked about that last night. We have a system, ladies and gentlemen. So all you got to do is get your mind right and understand that it's never, ever too late. You missed the freedom call last night? You shouldn't have. But you know what? You're here today. Start today. You missed the power call yesterday? Sherry Brown tore it up. You missed it? Okay, so what? Start today. You didn't do some of the things that you needed to do last week or the week. It doesn't matter. Can you do this? You can do that. It is never, ever too late. Help find your passion and help others do the same, because service is the rent that we pay, ladies and gentlemen. Service, service. And speaking of service, man, I'm about to introduce you to a brother that has been serving his people all over the world years, for years. This brother started. You're talking about helping people find their passion, helping people find their purpose, their reason, their dream. You want to find your purpose? I dare you to pick up that book, The Dream Chaser Manifesto. Yes, penned by that brother right there. For our guests that are on the line, I really want to introduce you to an amazing individual. His name is Dr. Tyrone Best. Yes, he is the CEO and founder of Wealth Builders Worldwide. He is a published author. You have to have that book. He talked about it last night. If you only got one, you're not doing yourself any justice. You need to have 3 or 4 or 5. There's no excuses anymore. You don't have to get them from Mr. Best. You can go to Amazon and get your book. Talking about service. This book, A Dreamer's Guide to Surviving in the Jungle of Non-Dreamers. If you've lost your dream, if you've lost your passion, pick this book up. You will find your passion, because that is all that this brother teaches us. He teaches us to dream big and then dream bigger. So ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, we got to bring our champion, a champion for freedom, a champion for people, for the downtrodden, for the depressed, for the low income, for the high income. It doesn't matter who you are. This brother is out here fighting for you. He's the champ, y'all. And I also call him my rich dad. So with no further ado, you already know, let's bring him out properly.